I was able to move my flight back a day until Tuesday so I could go on a full day tour with some of our group. The bus picked us up at 6:30 a.m., so it was an early morning. Our first stop of the day was to a coffee plantation where we could walk around the grounds. Our guide explained how the coffee is grown, processed, and then sold.
I can walk all these lots all day. If I be fast, I can fill my basket 3-4 times in whole day.
I'm not a coffee drinker, but I did try a sip of the local brew, so I could say that I drank coffee in Costa Rica. Our next stop was to a waterfall that was along the side of Route 126. The River La Paz forms this waterfall, which is 120 feet high. There was a small path that you can walk down to go behind the waterfall. There was no railing, and the path was pretty small and wet, so you had to be pretty careful. A few minutes up the road, we stopped at a restaurant that had a fantastic view of the waterfall. They also had an area to view birds and other local wildlife. Some of the birds were beautiful, with bright colors like red, green, and purple. The purple one was my favorite. While we were headed to our next stop, our tour guide was able to spot some monkeys and sloths that were among the trees. We then stopped at a gift shop where there were iguanas outside. I didn't get anything from the shop, but I did get to pet a cat and a dog, which was good enough for me.
So it starts 1968 with lava flows till 2010 was the last eruption of lava. After that, Greater Sea is still active, but we are going to see just the coast. By the front, you're going to see some vegetation, some forests, but on the back, we are not going to see anything.
The volcano measures 5,358 feet high and is considered a young volcano, estimated to be less than 7,500 years old. For lunch, I ordered a chicken and rice dish that was pretty tasty. After eating, Brian and I went to go ziplining. The entire course had 9 cables with 10 platforms and ended with a rappel down a 160-foot cliff into the river. Before heading back to the starting point, we listened to a presentation about the culture of the indigenous Costa Rican people. Our last stop on the tour was to Paradise Hot Springs so we could spend a couple hours relaxing. The waters are naturally heated by the volcano and use mineral water. They had pools with a range of different temperatures from 95 degrees to 104 degrees. They also had some cold pools. I made sure I spent time in every pool that they had, even the cold ones. On our way back to San Jose, we stopped for dinner. I ordered the chifrijo, which is rice, beans, pico de gallo, avocado, and topped with pork belly. It was really good. We got back to the hotel around 9 p.m. and I went right to bed. The next morning, I woke up, ate a quick breakfast, and packed everything so I could head to the airport. Another person in our group was on the same flight as me, so we shared a taxi to the airport. I originally tried to order an Uber, but the driver refused to take us because of our hockey equipment. Once we got to the airport, we checked our bags, flew through security, and made it to the gate. When it was time, I boarded the plane, found my seat, and got settled in for the flight. Once I landed in Houston, I had to get all of my luggage, recheck it, and go through customs. Luckily, none of the lines were very long. I had a 7-hour layover, so I headed to the Amex Lounge for some free food and drinks. When it was almost time to board, I made my way to my gate. The flight to Pittsburgh was smooth, and we landed early. I made my way to the baggage area, found all of my items, and lugged everything to my car. I had a 3-hour drive back home, but I made it back safe and sound.